Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Last time we were here, we entered Turtle Rock. I have the lovely Miss Jaren with me again tonight. Jaren, say hi.
I was yawning, I'm sorry. Hi.
So, we will be heading through Turtle Rock tonight, and she will be helping me keep us entertained. What should we pursue tonight? What do you think?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Okay.
I have no idea.
Let's see. Well, let's talk about some of the stuff you do outside of gaming. Yeah, what's some of the stuff you like to do outside of gaming?
My main thing I love to do outside of gaming is drawing. Like, if it's fan art or it's like they're actually really fun. My characters, they're really fun to color because most of them are like bright. They're bright and shiny. Like, I literally did one like out of like metallic, like Sharpie almost. So like you look at it, like shine like a bright light on it. It's like, I'm blind. I'm so blind.
Shiny.
Another thing I like to do, I haven't actually gotten around to making those songs yet, but I am gonna try to make some music. Actually, if I can.
Are you just gonna do an instrument, or are you gonna sing, do a little bit of both?
I might sing. I mean, I've posted some of my singing.
So you're on the interweb out there somewhere yourself.
Somewhere. I'm not really all that famous. I mean, I posted a couple of covers on, not a couple, usually like two. I've posted maybe like, maybe around like 5 or 6 covers on the SoundCloud app. And I actually have a few followers on there.
You gotta start somewhere.
Speaking of instruments, I mean, I own like 2 actual guitars and a pretty good keyboard.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And a violin, despite the fact I don't know how to play it yet, but I'll get around to it. It's pretty cool looking violin though.
She's downplaying the keyboard she's got. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, you really think so?
Yeah.
Aw, thank you. He got excited one day, because, you know, you can do different instruments on. I told him it had an ocarina on it.
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
Let's talk about the game we're playing for a second here.
I was like, my keyboard has an ocarina. He's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah.
Of course, I immediately start requesting songs from the Legend of Zelda series, but
He didn't ask me if I knew how to play any of the songs. I only know how to play a few. I think like the first Zelda song I've actually ever really played, because it's like really super easy to do, is this little feeling.
well, what about anything going on with any of your games right now?
Like, have I gotten
That, or is there anything happening with any of the games recently? Any new games coming out, or?
Oh yeah, there's Slaughter Me Street 2, and which I honestly have no idea when that's coming out. Like, they have it greenlit on Steam, but I don't think they've like made like an official release date for it yet. And Scott Cawthon posted a new teaser for the Five Nights at Freddy's sister location on his website. The animatronic's actually really creepy looking.
I wonder what the sister place is going to be.
A lot of people are saying it's going to be like some kind of amusement park or carnival, because basically the RPG game he put out for Five Nights at Freddy's, yes, there was a Five Nights at Freddy's RPG he made. It's actually really well made, and it actually looks kind of fun. I haven't gotten it yet, but at the end of it, after you defeat this one final boss, it can like teach you to like this 8-bit looking thing, and it's technically supposed to be Scott Cawthon, and he's like, what are you doing here? He's like, something about this one's like dangerous Like, something about, like, why did I even create this, and, like, she's dangerous and everything. And he's like, her name is Baby. I was like, oh, I remember that name. Because he had actually posted all the names of the animatronics that were going to be in the new game. I can't remember all of them right off the bat. I know there's like a different version of Freddy and Foxy where they call them Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. And a few other ones. The only other one I remember besides those two and Baby is Mini Rena, I think is her name. They have like these little like cute childlike names almost. But
and they're scary as all get out. They eat souls.
They don't eat souls. They just think you're the guy that murdered them, so they're gonna stuff you in the suit.
They eat your soul.
No, they eat whatever they want to eat. But on the game you see the lights flicker out, and you see like these two little yellow dots light up, and you hear this girl's voice. She says, "Everyone, please stay in your seats. The show will begin momentarily." And you hear kind of like this banging around, and the lights flicker back on. You see the guy with his head on his desk. You just see blood start coming out from him. I was like, oh, that evil animatronic. I was like, this is gonna be terrifying, isn't it? Because people were saying it's possibly an amusement park because of like the balloons and stuff, and like kind of like the clown appearance that she has. I was like, well, in the second Five Nights at Freddy's, they had balloons, and the marionette they all kind of looked like clowns, honestly.
Isn't there an animatronic called Balloon Boy?
Balloon Boy, who is possibly one of the most hated FNAF characters.
Why is he one of the most hated?
Because the second game he takes your he stops your flashlight from working, so you basically end up getting killed. Because, you can't, like, with old Foxy, basically Murder Foxy, you can't, like, do the mask thing on him. He doesn't fall for it. So he's mainly the one that kills you if Balloon Boy gets to your office. Because people like call him either, they refer to him as Balloon Boy, or they sometimes refer to him as Billy for whatever reason. That was the name they gave for him. This one person, they used to be in the fandom, but some stuff kind of happened, like where they kind of had to like get out of it for some reason, because they were getting a lot of like hate on it for some reason. They're a really good person. Their art was really good, but they drew him, but they just hated Balloon Boy with a burning passion. Like they were like, "What do you think of Balloon Boy?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't stand him." In my opinion, he's actually kind of one of my favorite characters. I don't know why. There's something I like about him. He returns in the third one. Be glad he doesn't break your flashlight. He just kind of scares you, but that's it. He's actually appeared in like...
yeah, that's it. That's all he does.
He breaks your flashlight in the second one. He jump scares you. Just jump scares you because the Phantoms all hear like hallucinations in the third game, and Springtrap's the only one that can actually kill you. But like, they'll put out like your ventilation. They'll make your audio stop working. They'll make your camera stop working. And in the Halloween update, a Nightmare Balloon Boy who actually looked kind of creepy. The thing is, there's something, a lot of people were calling it Balloon Girl, but then it was revealed her name was actually, believe it or not, JJ.
That's her nickname.
Yeah, that's one of my nicknames. And, Zach called his mom BB, so...
BB's my mom, Zach's my little boy.
And, so basically, people were like, well, isn't this a Balloon Girl? And Scott's like, maybe. I was like, this better be Balloon Girl. I already kind of named her that. But you don't really get to see much of her except in FNAF World, because the first time you ever see her is in the second game, and she's just sitting there. All you see is like her eye shot from like right here. Yeah. She's under your desk. I was like, what are you doing under there? I was like, you're creepy little robot. Go away, shoo. I was like, I'm trying not to die. Please go away. I've run into like very few rare occurrences on any of the FNAF games. I don't think I've run into anything like all that rare in the third game. I don't know. I might have seen one of the Springtrap posters but I've run into a lot of stuff in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game. I've seen the poster change. Foxy's sign, I've seen it change to It's Me like plenty of times. I mean, that's not really a big one, honestly. The Bonnie screen is kind of rare in the backstage room, like, because he'll just be standing there and, like, sometimes he'll be, like, face first in your camera, and, like, his eyes will be black and white, and it's actually kind of creepy, but, I've actually seen Golden Freddy twice, didn't get killed by him, thank God, because he crashes your game in the first one, if you get killed by him.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you know how, like, they usually do, like, the high-pitched scream in the first one?
Yeah.
If you don't know what to do, just put your camera up if he shows up. How you'll know, like, if he's about to show up, if you go and look in the... I think Bonnie appears in the west hallway and corner. If you look in the west corner, the poster of Freddy, it'll change to a picture of Golden Freddy, and you'll just see, like, this yellow hair with, sunken in black eyes, and you'll hear this little girl laugh. And, you know, the screen will do that flashing stuff where, like, it shows Bonnie, and then it shows, like, Freddy with the human eyes, and it'll say, "It's me."
Yeah.
Over and over again. If you put the camera down, Golden Freddy's sitting there in your office, you know, just looking like an empty suit, basically. And, if you sit there for too long and you don't put your camera back up, just, like, this still image of him shows up, and, like, it's the screen will, like, slow down so it's, like, deeper and everything, and it's actually really loud. I was like...
Yeah, that's not scary at all.
That happened to me.
That's not scary at all.
I don't think that there was really anything else. I don't think so. I've also run into Shadow Freddy on the second game. I heard he crashes your game. I went ahead and shut the camera down just in case, because I didn't want my game to crash. Because some people were saying, like, well, if you look at Shadow Freddy for too long, he crashes your game, and some people were like, well, it doesn't happen. I was like, you're not supposed to get crushed. I was like, I do know that's Scott himself, I guess, but what am I supposed to do? And I don't think I know, like, in the third one, like, there's a Shadow Freddy that sits in your office. He doesn't do anything, he just kind of sits there. And I guess whenever, like, you put, like, your maintenance panel or your camera back up, he disappears. And the particular thing about the second one is, the little mini-game Easter eggs you would get. Like, sometimes after you die, and there'd be, like, I don't know, something out of something percent chance that you would get a mini-game. And they actually explain some stuff about the story and everything. Like, one that actually kind of scares me whenever I play it is the one where you have to run around the restaurant as Freddy. I don't know what you have to do exactly.
You have to keep the little kids beating you up.
That's Mangle. Mangle's the one that gets taken over. You have to, like, just go around and, like, you can touch something that'll, like basically take you back to the main menu whenever you want. I don't know what the exact, I don't even know if there is an exact objective of that minigame, but if, you have to be careful, because, sometimes in that minigame, the purple guy will show up.
The purple guy?
The purple guy, aka the guy who basically murdered the children, but they just call him Purple Guy. Because he just showed up, and people were like, oh, is this the murderer? Is this the guy that murdered the children? And so I was just kind of like, yeah, and they're like, okay, well, we're just going to call him Purple Guy. Or Purple Man.
Of all the crazy names they've come with, we're going to call this guy Purple Guy.
Well, again, that artist that, I guess, got a lot of crap for their Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, they ended up making their version of Purple Guy Vincent, believe it or not.
I like Purple Guy better.
Purple Guy. There's actually been a lot of names for him. Someone named one of theirs Richard, I think. I named mine Peter, actually based off of something like this, almost like voice acting thing that someone did on YouTube, where they, like, is basically kind of explaining some of the lore and, like, actually told that they're, like, voice acting and stuff. It's actually pretty good. It's, they call it Hidden Lore by, Mr. Creepypasta. He's basically this guy on YouTube who, he just reads creepypasta stories. And,
I prefer Mullet Mike. That's just me.
read a couple a night.
Huh?
I said I've read a couple a night. But, they basically called him Peter, and that was intentionally the name I had for him. I was like...
It's like fate.
I was like, oh yeah, like, you know what? Whenever I draw my version of the purple guy, I'm gonna call him Peter. And then I listened to him more, and I was like, oh my god, his name's Peter. Like, that's so cool. The thing is, there was another theory that there was 2 purple guys, but some people were referring to this guy who looked more pink, so they called him the pink guy. They're like, here's you got purple guy and you got pink guy. So, like, they're theorizing that the one that showed up at the restaurant that crashes your day, basically, if he catches you, and it's almost basically impossible to run from him. They're saying that was the purple guy, and if you, like, play the children game, they basically have to go around and keep them taking, like, the kids so they get angrier, and I literally tried to go see if I could get out the door to save the kid, but I couldn't, because, you know, I'm Freddy, and I can't leave the restaurant.
Your soul is bound. Forever.
Like they try to leave the restaurant, they're gonna...
Forever.
Don't.
Forever.
They're saying the guy, like, the guy that murdered that kid outside the one is a murderer. So basically the pink guy. And I was like, you know what, I actually kinda like this theory, so I'm gonna make a pink guy. And he looks more like a woman, honestly. And him and the purple guy are actually, in my universe, supposed to be related to each other. They are twins, and it was, like, whenever they were younger, it was obvious to tell that they were twins, but, like, when they got older, people, like, got more shocked. They're like, oh, you're twins? Really? It doesn't look like it. Because they were basically, like, born with blonde hair and, like, almost, like, gray-like eyes. Like, they had, like, this blue tint to them, but they were mostly gray. But, like, they got older, I named the pink guy, Perry, actually. There you go, Perry. And, Perry grew his hair out and dyed it pink, and, basically, Peter kind of grew his out, like, shaved it on one side and dyed it purple, so now people look at them, oh, you're twins? I couldn't tell, because of your freaking hair. I have, like, a huge violence of Freddy's universe.
Obviously.
It's actually really good. I like how most of the designs turned out for him. I don't know who my favorite designer is, so like, I really like my Shadow Bonnie design because he looks like a dapper young man. He looks like a dapper young man.
Does he look like a sir?
He actually does look like a sir. He doesn't act like one. He's actually supposed to be very immature. And he always, like, teases Shadow Freddy, basically.
That's not very nice.
Like, basically, I made this thing where, like, basically in the second one, Shadow Freddy was kind of the one that ran the place at night.
Yeah.
So he was there, and he was the one that actually kind of, like, took care of the bills and everything. And Shadow Bonnie came, and he's like, what you doing? He's like, you know what I'm doing. He's like, okay. And he, like, flops down on the desk on purpose so, like, papers were flying anywhere, and he's like, so what you do?
Gotta love those people.
Honestly, my favorite, like, design group, honestly, would either have to be the designs I did for the cupcakes. Yes, I did designs for the cupcakes. Or, the Bonnies. Because I admit it, like, I love, like, the designs I gave for all the Bonnies in the game.
Yeah.
I did, like, Bonnie's design from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I thought it looked pretty good and kind of fit. And then I remember for the longest time, like, you know, they were putting out teasers for the second game, and, you know, they showed the new Bonnie and everything. And a lot of people were already kind of thinking this thing was a girl because of its appearance, and that brought more question, well, is Bonnie actually a boy or is he a girl? And it's got confirmed.
He's an animatronic.
He's an animatronic.
Just saying.
They're animatronics, but, you know, they do give them gender pronouns, basically. I mean, there's still people who, like, some people think that Mangle's, like, preferred to as a male. There's some people that think Mangle's preferred to as a girl. I say both. Call it a he or a she. I don't care. It's whatever you want to do. But I remember I thought Toy Bonnie was a girl for the longest time, so I had this design for her. She had like long blue hair and like she wore like this polka dot dress and everything.
Yeah.
And then it was confirmed like Toy Bonnie's a dude. I was like,
no, my fanfiction's ruined.
no, that's not it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to redraw him then. I took out a piece of paper and just did like a little sketch of him. Like I already knew like how I wanted to color him, but it still looks like a girl, honestly, because of like the makeup and stuff. But it's fine, whatever.
No, my fanfiction's ruined.
Why would you do that?
Seriously, there's someone out there that's saying that.
I would think like another favorite, like one of my favorite Bonnie designs has to be the plush trap design I did. He's actually kind of cool looking. I mean, he's just wearing, you know, like black jeans and like a almost like basically a Springtrap. I guess you can say like Springtrap's fur color. It's kind of the color of his vest, and like a black shirt underneath it. And he has like long hair and, you know, it's pulled back in a ponytail and everything, and he just wears like sneakers. He likes to go around and annoy people too. I don't know why that's most of the Bonnie family for me. Like half of them like to annoy, the other ones are actually pretty calm. Goomba, 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 Goomba. Goomba, Goomba, Goomba. What are you doing?
This is a block of solid ice, it's cold. No kidding.
No kidding. Isn't it obvious?
There we go. Okay.
I think like I get bored sometimes, and I'll literally draw like fusions. Yes, I draw fusions.
No, I was rolling my eyes at the tell me the block of ice is still cold. Yes, I know it's still
I
cold.
know it's still cold. But no, like some people like, hey, I made a fusion of this person. Well, I don't play off really. What is that? It looks like a duck face. I don't know why. It has that look to it, that's why. Studies, so I was in there. I did a fusion of one of the cupcakes. All their names start with C, so it's kind of hard to remember. I've used him with Balloon Girl, aka JJ, and I actually really love how it turned out. Like I looked at it after I drew it, I was like, it's precious looking. I've done like tons of other fusions. I mean, I have a Steven Universe character, I told you about him.
Yeah.
Basically Emerald, and I have the gems drawn for whenever he fuses with any of them. I just need to get their designs drawn. I have like kind of in my mind like what I want. One of them I already have drawn. But him and Steven fused together, basically Aquamarine, and that design actually turned out pretty good.
Well, with all that being said,
yeah, I talked for most of this episode.
That's okay.
That's not like me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm totally fine with that. But we have completed the 8th dungeon, so when we come back in the next episode, we will make a quick run to the village to get directions for the last dungeon, and we will head that way. And so we will see y'all then. See you later. Bye.